So she's running the 200 mile, or, whoa. She's running the 2 mile on Saturday, which is what, 1,600? Baby girl? Oh, it's 3,000. 1,600 is 1 mile? 1,500? Okay. 16's the boys, right? Yeah. She's running 200 mile. A lot of miles. She'll be the only one completing it, because she's the only one running it. So I'm kind of happy that she's doing better. It is a lot of miles. Yeah, that was a mouth typo there. Words are hard. Shake head up, Blue. No, don't do it. It's a trap. Don't shake your head, Blue. Jody, it's alright. Perfectly fine. Ooh, can we shout Sleeping Luna out pretty please? So Sleeping Luna Designs is having a special announcement tomorrow during her stream. 4 p.m. West Coast, aka Pacific. So 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Friday. And then Saturday, we're both gonna be streaming here. Spinning together. And charity stream launch. Yes. Lots of miles, but first place, right? Right? Only if she finishes it. 200 miles. I know. Well, I'm excited about that. I was gonna launch the campaign tonight, but I'm gonna just wait till Saturday. Because that's when I really wanted to launch it. Even though, you know, yeah, you know. Right? Gonna be exciting. I do too. I do. I know she will. But yeah, it's 2 mile, not 200 mile. Isn't there a 200 meter? I think I was getting those confused. Not very long. That's like a 1/4 mile for you. Right? Oh, I was gonna show off the quilt. It's alright. I'll do it here a little bit. We have all night. Also, it was chilly here today. I was disappointed. I did not want to go for a walk, even though I kept telling Maple a little bit later when it warms up. It did not warm up. But she's alright. Gotta try to stay out of Gordy's food. He thinks it's the best, and it's not. And buy her the best food. Well, you know. Wild Jay's appeared. Hi, Jay. How's it going? Hope you're doing all right. My nose itches. was gonna say welcome home. I'm like, that's Saturdays. Could be better. Aw. Jody, how do you knit faster? Teach me. Teach me the ways. Please. You don't, I know, right? See, we need Mom to teach us, right? You're down. New day. Hello, how are you? I hope all is well in your corner of the world. Welcome on in. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's adorable. You can use acrylic paint or my acrylic paint markers if you know where they're at. You got it. Just don't knit, can't figure out that witchcraft. It's alright, you got it. It took me a minute. Because, like, I was like, how do you get the stitches from over there to over here? And then, like, I think it actually took me a couple days. I got mine last week. I'm gonna use it Saturday. I'm excited. I am. I'm super excited. And we're gonna use this one first. I know it's not pink. That's alright, but you did see, right? Have them sit across from you. Cosmic. Have them sit across from you and you mirror what they do. Right? Isn't it pretty? It's so great. I'm not gonna use it though. I think I'm gonna keep it because it's my first ever full-on spin. It's not perfect.
They actually told was for the meat.
Okay.
So we might be good.
Maybe. Well, Sam, I don't know. Alerts are being stupid? Huh. Has anybody... Okay, alerts are broke, apparently. My stream. I'm refreshing, seeing if it works. No, I don't know. Alerts are broke. Weird. Oh, how? But typical. Think about it. Typical. Are all my channel points not working? Oh, you tried. Okay. It's so weird. Working on a school project. Ooh, is it gonna be amazing? What kind of project? TV Cup has. Oh gosh. That one worked. That's weird. Fine, I'll take a bite. I'm not really hungry right now. That is strange though. Yeah, you did mine earlier. I'm gonna go. Oh, that's through sound alerts. I might switch off of sound alerts and just go through mix it up. That one's through sound alerts too. Kiddo's gotta make boat. Didn't specify what type. How much parents could do. Yes, a pirate ship! Okay, sound alerts is bugged again. Okay. So I'll have to switch from sound alerts. I think I'm just gonna do that. Ooh, blurb? I should try blurb. Good idea. Wait, mine, I thought was through sound alerts. Maybe not. Sound alerts just break so much, it drives me crazy. There's a Spanish galleon that looks like a pirate ship docked in the nearby marina, which is open to the public for tours. Ooh, yes, do it. Okay, blurb has point redeems and bits. Okay. I have to try that. Because I know sound alerts does too. But like I said, I've always had problems with sound alerts on and off. Like, it's not constant, but it's enough to drive me crazy. "21 hours up, took 2-hour nap, up again. Aw, currently working on the sales and go. Ooh, gold vinyl. Heck yeah. Share a picture when it's done, please. I would love to see it. Be amazing. I'm excited. Yep. And the ship is all cardboard. Awesome. I'm here for that. We have ginormous boxes at work, and we're gonna make a yellow submarine. Yes, from the sun. Yep, sounds good. Thank you. Nightbox taking up space. Glad you use it up. Yeah, I believe it. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. I'm gonna see it. I'm excited. It's not even mine. But plans. After today, well, today we're working on this. Saturday, we're spending with Liz and launching our Hope for the Day charity event for the rest of the month. Tuesday, I think we're gonna work on the Dragon Ball Z character that we need. Wednesday, we might work on this, and then Thursday, Frosty whoa, Winter Dragon. Whoa, I tried saying like 4 different words at once there. That was chaotic. Well then. Air fried salmon? Awesome! That sounds delicious. Welcome back. Got one more row, then we switch colors. And I believe I have one more strip of gray after the black. I'm not sure. I have to open my Chromebook and check. I'm pretty sure. I have stir fry. I'm not eating it because I don't think I'm hungry. I take a bite every now and then, but I'm really not hungry, so I'll probably put it in the fridge. Save it for later, when I am hungry. But that's alright. that yarn would flip over like that, right? Ooh, let's see. I wanna sleep. Oh, holy macaroni and cheese. I love this so much. Yeah, look at this. Heck yeah, I am here for it. The cat's trying to steal your salmon. Aw. Look at that. Also, how did I know that your mat would be pink? How did I know? I just knew. Right? Yeah. Yep, that's all. I love the ship so far. It's so amazing. And that's not small. Oh, Reese, I got your message and yeah, of course. I was there the other day, I think yesterday? Yes! Yes, do it! Heck yeah. Don't tell me twice that you're tempted to because I'll be like, do it! That would be amazing. I approve 10 out of 10. Yep, practice version, real version will be pink and pastel. It'd be amazing. I can't wait now. That's so amazing. I mean, this pirate ship is great as it is so far, so yeah. Is there Scream and Go? I know, my stuff's broke. Hi, Cat. How's it going? I hope all's well in your corner of the world. Why Japan boxes on the cardboard? Oh gosh, yes. Lilac and pink. Right? I don't know. I'm gonna switch from sound alerts to blurp. It's sound alerts, that's why. Like, oh, you're not alive. Sound alerts, yeah, I am. I think I'm breathing. Or am I? Do I breathe? That was a question last night. So I might have to switch finally, because it happens not terribly a lot, but often enough that, yeah. Drives me crazy enough. I mean, last night the question was, does Zach breathe? Deep dive on the rigging for these ships, though. Gonna be thread everywhere. Oh, gosh. It'll be worth it, right? It'll be worth it. You best be getting extra points. Right? Best be getting extra points for being so realistic. I mean, crafty mama right there, that's why, right? You know what's funny? At least I think. Is like my coworkers used to think that I would do all of my kids' stuff, like their projects and stuff. I'm like, no. They're like, well, they would definitely get 100. I'm like, no, they would get like told that it wasn't their work. Nope, not yet. Only a couple scammers. Aw, thank you, Reese Cup. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna put up a couple more made-to-order things on my site. And then go from there. Just because I know sometimes when I make stuff, it's not the colors that people want. All the time. Forgot how to knit there for a second. That was chaotic. Ooh, did I not mark down that last row? Does not know what she wants to order? Aw, that's alright. They'll figure it out. Right? Hope so. And soon I'm gonna... Oh gosh. Kiratisa? Hello, welcome on in. Thank you for that follow. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. Pizza. I mean... I approve that too. Because pizza is pizza. Right? I like pizza with black olives, mushrooms, and broccoli with a garlic Alfredo sauce. Yes, that sounds delicious. Beef. Not tonight, though. Maybe tomorrow. Actually, I could make another one.
They were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her and
Let's see.
she would try to act cool, but it was obvious, like
The baby girl seemed a little upset when I said that I'm giving the blanket yarn to my aunt. Just a little upset. Because she really wanted it, but she doesn't even use it. She uses my stuff. There's that.
He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, and started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're
That's my aunt. You know, she just likes the blanket yarn because things work up quicker for her. And she's been crocheting since like forever.
Baby, I only want you. It's true. And then he said, I wrote you a love song, and I tried to make it beautiful. It's a song about your sweet, sweetheart, and how nobody...
I mean, we all know that baby girl would prefer to use my stuff, right? If you think about it. Wait, did I turn on? Okay, where's my Tapamon pet? Well then, everything's broken. My Tapamon pet's gone too. Whatever, we don't have a sheepy there. Whatever. Cody, how much more of The sweatshirt or the hoodie do you have for the back? No, you said you don't think you have enough black on the one that you're using. I'm excited. But everything on my stream's breaking, and I'm just gonna be okay with it at this point, right? Still the first cake? Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Mama Fader! Hello. Ooh, since Mama Fader's here, I gotta show off how far on the quilt I am. Maple, you hold tight here. Because, well, it's Mama Fader. It's throw size, but not really. Ready? It's not really throw size. I still have a little to do. And I love these chickens. They're my favorite. Know what I'm doing. My gosh, Java's still on my table. Maple's in my chair. This is the best life ever. I'm surrounded by my fur babies. Chickens with glasses, right? Maybe. And this, I'm upset because I can't get this fabric anymore. I wish I could. Because on the top and bottom, I put these chickens. And then down the side, one side gets these motifs and the other one gets these. But I can't buy this fabric anymore. They discontinued it. It's horrible. Steampunk Hummingbird. Thank you for that redeem for Hydrate. Well, I knew the craft room was not just for me. I knew it was for my animals. Right, Maple? How's it going, Steampunk Hummingbird? I hope all's well in your corner of the world. What did you do? Wait, Lost Traveling, what did you do? I need details. We also have about 3 minutes until the next ad break. Really? Cheapers. Hold on, let me check my informed delivery because, yeah. I'm getting a couple packages the next few days. Where to start? Right? I mean, that's me every day of my life. Where do I start? Okay, so I got that stuff today. I don't remember what that was. So we got 1 coming tomorrow and 2 coming on Saturday. Started trouble? What kind of trouble did you start? Also, y'all, I need this pattern. Should I get this pattern? Should we stitch this pattern? I mean, clearly I'm gonna. But how adorable is this? Right? Best part is, I love Alice in Wonderland. I will have to dye the fabric. I might have to get different fabric. Or different dye again. I only have the aquamarine and the black right now. I'm gonna have to get another one. Maybe pink or purple. Or both. I'm not sure. Wonder how I can do that with 2 colors. Mama Fader's causing chaos again. Started a lot. What did you start? Lost Traveling. What kind of trouble are we starting? And how do I join? I mean, Isabella already started chaos. Got about 1.5 minutes until the next ad break. Which I will get up. I'm gonna actually put my food in the fridge because I'm not really hungry right now, and no point eating if you're not hungry, right? Uh-oh. Where are you confused?